Welcome, folks, to the CFM Elite Lifestyle Business Community. Today's topic is my online business opportunity is not working. I have tried so many numerous opportunities and I'm not getting anywhere. Does this sound familiar to you? And if it does, then just let me know by saying, hey, you're there, and this is what your experience has been. So thanks for joining me. If you're a return viewer or you are new, you're welcome to this community. CFM Elite Community means you're entitled in the world to go anywhere and to own it. That's what the elite is. Sounds like whether you have money or you don't have money, it's more about your personality. Okay, so your online business, the way I've decided to do this live session is based on sort of like a business coaching session. And the idea also stemmed from like a 2-year period where I was coaching numerous people on a full-time basis. And most of the people that I had met had found numerous business opportunities. I'm looking at my plant. It looks like it's dying. Ignore it. I've been away for 2 weeks. Okay. So I had met numerous people who had attempted so many business opportunities and they weren't working for one reason or another. So there were similar themes that I picked up based on that 2-year period. And some of this may also resonate with you. But I also believe that the best way to learn is also by asking questions rather than just me saying this is what you have to do, is to give you the opportunity to deeply think about it. So if you're joining me on replay, you have an opportunity to actually pause this video, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself like a notepad and just note down these questions, which I'll also highlight underneath in my description. And I'll also add links, especially if you want to learn more about the online business world, or you want more guidance, more information done for you tools, which I tend to forget. That link, you can go to like my marketplace and you will find all sorts of information that can help you, even if you are just starting out or you're an existing business owner. So the questions that I've highlighted as I adjust my screen, the first question is just really to consider what motivated you to choose the business opportunity that you're in right now. Okay, what was it intuitively that drove you to be interested in that business, whether it's your own or whether it is an opportunity that you've seen online and run with it? So it's to think deeply about it. What connects you to it? Then the second question is, do you enjoy it? Do you like what you're doing? Or are you finding it as a 9 to 5 type of job that you're not fully committed to? So this is another thing that I noticed, another trend is that people I'd come across, they were picking opportunities not based on things that they enjoyed or things that they were passionate about. It was more about an opportunity that could alleviate their financial situation. So in this instance, what I would recommend for you, if you are also in this position where you're looking for an opportunity to alleviate your financial circumstance, I would say find something that will help you to hit the ground running, but don't look at it as your lifestyle business. Okay, don't mix the two, because the lifestyle business is what it means basically. It's something that you want to do long term, not something that you want to depend on immediately for financial gains. If you're looking to alleviate your financial system, financial situation, it's best to look for something that can earn you cash like a job, or what Gary Vaynerchuk recommends, go on eBay and sell things that will help you. Okay, then it depletes or minimizes this feeling of something is not working. This online business opportunity is not working, and it enables you to focus more on your lifestyle business. I hope that is making sense. Then number 3, I'm just going straight to the points here, is How long have you been applying what you have learned so far from your online business? Okay. So it can either be something that you've created yourself, and along the way, you have been learning all sorts of things about it. How much commitment are you putting daily and setting aside time wise in terms of tasks that you set yourself to every single day to complete and tick off the list? How committed are you, and how consistent are you on a daily basis to achieve those tasks? And then also, have you become disciplined in making yourself accountable? So that kind of links into number 4 as a question. How long have you been enabling yourself to become accountable? Because it's one thing to move from like an employee mindset and into entrepreneurship mindset, where when you're a CEO for yourself, it can become more of a challenge to task yourself to complete certain tasks. So have you trained your mind significantly up to the point that you take responsibility and accountability every single day to learn, to educate yourself, and then to impart knowledge and share, however often that is? Because the other thing that I come across is people always say, oh, something is not working. But if you're not implementing it, and if you're not sharing it on platforms like social media, what you're learning, and you don't have like a theme that's going on in terms of imparting knowledge and educating other people for a long period, you don't know whether it's working or not if you yourself have not been consistently applying what you are learning and sharing it out there. So I also don't believe finances are an issue. Okay, the reason why I don't believe finance is an issue or something to stop you from achieving your goal is I believe that there's nothing stopping you right now from starting with your business idea. Okay, there's nothing stopping you from starting with like your life vision. You have the opportunity nowadays more than before to actually start applying yourself. And we have free platforms such as social media, as well as Google Blogger, which I've talked about before, of the free platform where you can then start to implement some of what you want to be able to apply in your business. Then you create a plan. See this, I'm giving you tips here. It was meant to be just question format, but you create a plan. If you can't afford it now, it's about the when, the how you will get there. So when you create a plan, it becomes more tangible rather than I can't do something, then I'm not going to do it at all until I have an opportunity to be able to do it. The reason for this is that there will always be something that will be a barrier, that will be a block to you actualizing what you want to actualize, especially if your mind is not geared to actually start implementing. So always think about, I can start today. It's about making the small steps every day to do the research, to do the implementation based on what you have learned, and using free resources until you have gained an opportunity and a means financially to then start purchasing or investing in whatever it is that you want to be able to invest in. It might be systems, automated systems, which are things that I use, or it might be a coach, and that's something that I've used in the past, or it might be like a machine, something that you need for your business if it's something that you are going to be creating like your own products. The most important thing is to start. Okay, so that's why I believe that money is not an issue. It's more of a mindset matter about creating tangible and achievable goals. So that is about enabling yourself to be accountable and asking yourself the most challenging questions. So the reason why I'm posing these questions to you, example for the one that I mentioned in number 3 was, how long have you been implementing what you have been learning for? So there's a difference here. Have you been implementing what you have been learning over a couple of months and you've given up? Have you been implementing and taking actionable steps for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, there's a difference. Okay. So if you have been implementing what you have been learning over a 10-year period and you haven't seen any results, even like with the education, anything that you've learned, then I would say to get up to 10 years and nothing has come into fruition, then maybe it might have not been a great goal. The reason why I mentioned 10 years is that normally that's how long it takes for you to specialize in something and to become very proficient and great at it. While year one, year two, year three is almost like the testing period, the startup period, and you're learning ways to navigate. So there's the peaks and the troughs, etc., until you get to the place where it's like more steady, you feel overly confident and you have like a smooth ride. But it's never smooth in business, but it's more that you accept that there's going to be issues, there's going to be what's known as failing fast but not failing often. I don't believe in failing often, but you're able to mindset wise to pick yourself up regardless. So that's why it takes that 10-year span to specialize in something. It doesn't mean that you don't get any gains or you don't see any results, but it's just that you are persistent, to determined to achieve whatever you can. So number 5, I hope I'm not repeating myself. Yeah, I think I mentioned this one. This one is about the daily tasks. So if you have nothing tangible or something that you can't measure over time. So I don't think you can see it here, but behind me, yes, you can see it. Behind me, that's my life vision board. So what I've done, this remains constant. I know what I need to achieve and it's embedded in my mindset. But aside from that, this is visual. I see it every single day. It's unavoidable. And I have other boards as well. And then I have tasks, which I also add on my mobile with alert systems as well to keep me notified of when my deadline is or when I need to achieve certain things. So that sense, it puts me to tasks and it's something that I can't forget. But if you are constantly thinking and dreaming about the tasks that you need to achieve and you say it's not working, then the likelihood is that that's the reason, because you're not 100% committed to setting a discipline, tasking yourself to it. You might also not even be interested. It's not really something that you are driven to actually achieve. So if you see yourself not being dedicated and you're not seeing this as something that you want to master in and become somebody who is a specialist, then it's likely that you may need to do something like this, which is a vision board, to tap into what comes naturally for you, what comes easier in life that you believe ultimately you're great at. And beyond your family, what impact do you want to leave do you want to impact or do you want to leave behind? There's something about footprints. Who do you want to give back to? So when you attach your life vision to grander goals, which become voluntary, such as being a volunteer to get a greater cause, that may likely drive you to strive toward having that flexible lifestyle so that you have more time to give back to good causes. Okay, so when you're driven like that, the daily tasks become a norm. They don't become a chore. They become something that is, it doesn't feel like business. It feels like this is something that you enjoy. Wherever you may be, you gain inspiration from. And I was away for about a couple of weeks working in a different environment in Greece, Athens, on a budget. But during that period, I was drawing inspiration from my environment. I was still tasking myself because the routine is embedded in me. And the way the routine was embedded in me was because I had post-it notes on my walls. I had affirmations, and then I have the life vision everywhere. And then I have other boards, as I've mentioned, surrounding me as a reminder, and I never forget them. Then the last one that I'll leave you with is, who are you surrounded by? in terms of community? Are you waiting for somebody to actually say, what you're doing is great, it's perfect, go with it? If you're waiting for that affirmation, whether it be from family, friends, or from strangers, the likelihood is that you will never be determined enough to actually aspire to achieve more. You will always be looking for external validation. Okay, so the external validation will be the likes, the follows, and the okays from family and friends. There has to be something within you that is driven regardless of the affirmations from other people and the confirmations of, yeah, that is okay. There's a difference with feedback. Feedback is about, I am testing this project out. I would like your honest feedback. But asking somebody else to hold your life vision, that's another matter. It's like you're giving away the responsibility to somebody else to affirm that what you see, what you visualize, and they can't visualize, they will never visualize it. It is okay for them to affirm it or not. Just remember, other people have their own life vision that they are aspiring to achieve, and others may stop and deter you because they have their own personal fears. Okay, so their fears, that's their own matter. It's about you and what you do to drive yourself intuitively. And other, you might attract, not even you might, you will even attract the naysayers as well as you progress forward. Okay, so it's about seeking your own internal validation and then testing it out as you progress forward and striving regardless of what other people say. So, in terms of community, it helps to be surrounded by masterminds, people who've already been there, done that, to be constantly surrounded by that, but not to the point that you also lose yourself within that you do not have your own personality. It's about when you surround yourself with that community, they're everywhere, offline, online, you will find it, you will attract it based on what you are interested in. It is about learning their lessons learned so that it becomes easier for you to apply the methods. But it's also not about losing yourself, like your brand personality, it's maintaining that. Okay, so those people will also help you to provide you constructive feedback. It can be easy to get lost in that when you're starting out, because somebody you might perceive as somebody who is very experienced, they'll have a view and somebody else will have a view, and then you think, oh my goodness, I'm not doing something right. Take the lessons learned, but not everything to a T, because everybody approaches things in different ways. It's about finding your own basis of how well you are doing over time. And if you need external support, it's about finding a coach who you can then bounce off, or a small group of network where you want to challenge yourself to achieve the goals. That is a better support system rather than the social media system, okay? Because it can deter you from the path that you want to be going down on. So I hope these questions have been helpful. I've asked you about 6 questions and obviously also added some tips. It's thinking about, as a summary, your motivating factors, whether you're actually enjoying what you're doing, and looking at how long you have been ultimately implementing goals, and have you been taking action, have you been making yourself accountable, and then also accountable in terms of tasks. Are you setting time aside commitment wise on a daily basis, no matter how much it may be? Because over a time span, whether it's 10 minutes, half an hour to an hour, you will see a difference when it becomes when it becomes consistent. Then the last one was, who are you surrounded by? Are they supporting you constructively rather than impeding on your life goals so that you can sail through life? So if you've got any specific questions, or you felt like you've resonated with things that I've shared in this live session, do leave a comment below or just say hi. And also remember to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with the live sessions that I hold, or any new videos that I also upload as well. And I look forward to you joining me on the next live session. And remember that there's a link in my description below me, and subscribing is above me, where you can find useful educational resources as an opportunity for you to grow in your business, whether you're starting out or whether you're an existing business owner. It's there for everybody to access and to learn from based on collective information that I've collected over time. So I'll leave it here for now. And I was going to say adios. I don't know where that came from. Until next time. Bye for me.